Hello everyone, Chris Profi, Musically Obsessed. I'm down here. I'm going to show you how I clean my records with my Nitty Gritty cleaner. And I got this last year, and it came with some Pure 2 record cleaning fluid. It comes with a little brush to clean the vacuum area, and it also comes with a record cleaning brush which fits nicely inside of here. And I just liked that everything was compact and together. I went back and forth. I looked at a lot of different record cleaners. But I went with this one. I thought the price was good. I liked how everything was compact. I also liked that Nitty Gritty's been around for a while, and their name is definitely associated with, taking care of records. Let me come down here. And it's really well made, and I've cleaned a whole bunch of records on it. I feel like, any used albums I get, I always clean them on here. Even new albums, I still clean them on here because new albums can still have dust and particles on them. And this definitely helps with static. So let me show you how this works. Today, I'm going to be cleaning King Cobra. So what I usually do with all my records, is I keep the original sleeve, but I never put the cleaned record back in there. So what you do is you take the cap off, you put the record on the spindle, put the cap back on, and then I usually shake the Pure 2 a little bit, and I just put just one stream of liquid on there. And when you first, I've cleaned a couple records already today, so when you first clean it the first time of the day, you might want to put a little bit more fluid on there. And then I take my brush, and again, if this was your first time doing it, you want to put a little fluid on the brush too. And then I just literally go around holding the brush on there, spreading the liquid around till it totally coats the record. And then I go around the other way. And as you can see, you have to self-turn this. That's what made it a little cheaper. Of course, there are record cleaners out there that turn themselves, but I don't mind the extra exercise. Now, at this point, I usually kind of just go around again. I just make sure all the liquid is on there, and then I let it sit for a second because I want that liquid to kind of seep into the record. Now, if you have a particularly dirty record, you can actually go in there and scrub it as well to get it deeper into the grooves. But usually the records I pick up are really never in that bad of condition, but you can do that as well. I also bought a bristle brush from Nitty Gritty as well. So if you have, again, a particularly dirty record, you can get in there with one of these brushes too, but I don't really use this that often. Then what I do is I take the cap off, turn the record over, and put it back on the spindle, cap back on, and then I turn on the vacuum. Now this is going to be a little loud, and what I usually do is I used to go around only 3 times, but now I've been going around 5 times. I don't think there's a magic number. You don't want to be spinning it forever, but I usually go anywhere between, I'll say between 3 and 6 rotations. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I turn it off. And now, of course, the other side is now exposed, side 2. So now I'm going to clean that. Same thing, just a stream of liquid around. Take my brush, hold it gently against the record, spin it clockwise a few times, and then turn the brush on the other side and turn it counterclockwise a few rotations. And then I just take my brush and just make sure it's all seeped around there, seeped in, and then let it sit for a second. Now, as that's sitting, I want to show you what else I have here. Like I said, I never put the record back into the sleeve, but I don't want to get rid of this sleeve. So I just put it back in here. And then what I do is I have some outer sleeves from Sleeve City that I put the record into. Just like that. And then I have some MoFi anti-static sleeves that when this is cleaned, it will go in one of those. So let's turn this over and vacuum that side. Again, I do about anywhere between 3 and 6 turns. So here we go. 1, 5.5. And really, there's no science to this. And there's your record. What I sometimes do is I notice there might be a little liquid on the side. So I take this microfiber cloth that I have. I just go around the outside just to make sure that's dry, because you never want to put a wet record or a damp record into a sleeve. Now, I know some people also let their records sit for a few minutes to dry. I usually just kind of hold them like this and just sort of air dry. I just look at them to make sure, you know, everything looks good. And this definitely looks good. And then what I do, like I said, I have a MoFi sleeve. I place my record in the MoFi sleeve, just like that. And then how I sleeve my records is I turn it to the back, just like that. And I put my record in the back so it's easy to take out whenever I want to listen to it, just like that. So that's my record cleaning thing that I do. And like I said, I'm very happy with this Nitty Gritty cleaner. Are there more expensive models out there? Yes, there are. Are there cheaper models out there? Yes, there are. I did not mind self-turning the record. So if you don't mind that, that will definitely bring the price down. There are other, you know, fully automatic record cleaners. I know that Nitty Gritty also makes fully automatic ones as well. Of course, the price jumps up. I was originally looking at a music hall record cleaner, and that looked really nice too, but I just didn't feel like spending the money for that. And you know what? This does the trick for me. And somebody had said, like, these things are like glorified mini vacs. And I guess kind of they are. The thing is, though, like, I looked at making that that cheap record cleaner machine where you would take an old turntable and then a wet vac and attach the vinyl vac to it, and that looked like it worked well. But the thing is, like, then you have to store the wet vac and you have to store the old turntable, and you know, it just seemed cumbersome. It definitely is cheaper, and I think it does the same thing as this. But I like that this was all compact together. I didn't need a wet vac, and I didn't need, you know, an old turntable to turn the record on. Everything was here. And this Pure 2 solution works really well. So let me know how you clean your records. And if you use a record cleaning machine, be interested to know. Let me know what you think. And I'd love to know if you have a Nitty Gritty. Do you have the same model? I'll put the model in the title. And, you know, let me know if you have one of the more expensive Nitty Gritties. And I'd like to know the difference of, you know, how that works maybe differently than this does. So, again, thanks for watching. And hopefully you learned something from this. And I'll be seeing you soon.